And another thing Christmas has got rockin' it is mints. I always see mints all over the place whenever it's Christmas. And not just peppermints, there's a bunch of gas stations that are just towering in breath mints. There's even Christmas special ice cream. Why are we having cold foods when it's Christmas? Summer makes sense to have ice cream, or those lip-cutting freeze pops. Why don't we eat spicy food during Christmas? Just blow our tongues out. There's just a bunch of nonsense in a lot of our traditions. Not just America, but all the different Christmas traditions across the world. But no doubt, the stupidest are here at home base. Number 1 on the stupid list, mistletoe. Who was the first person to come up with that? What was their intent? And arguably worse, who looked at them do it and then went, yeah, we need to do that more. Stop kissing people, it's gross. Not just in Christmas, but forever. Just stop kissing, you horny idiots. And while you're at it, try explaining the star to me. Why do we have to put a star atop a tree? Last time I checked, the only things waiting in trees are drop bears, and if a real star from space was ever put on a tree, we'd all burn to death. So have fun idolizing burning during Christmas, you unholy heathens. Another tradition we overinflate is the Christmas cracker. As a cracker myself, I think I have the most authority to speak on this topic. And the crackers here aren't the kind you eat. Instead, you just get toilet paper rolls with firecrackers that you have to fight over. How is this relevant to the birth of Christ? Or pudding, for that matter. How is that celebrating our Savior? I don't remember the Christmeister himself flipping over tables because of the pudding taxations, although if he did, nowadays there would be a pudding billionaire CEO who claims to be a Christian, with no irony there whatsoever. And speaking of nothing to do with that, what is Boxing Day? Apparently, the history of it is when rich people would throw cheap gifts into a box and give it to their servants, and then their servants would spread them to their families. So of course, even this has capitalistic history. The only thing that's not capitalist in Christmas is the turkey. And for that sin, we kill it and burn its corpse before consuming it. Imagine being a turkey escaping Thanksgiving, only to get recaptured, for a day that's not even Santa's birthday, for Pete's sake. Do the turkeys have anything to do with Turkish delights? Joking, of course. Turkish delights obviously come from Turkey. It was the country that was named after the bird, and the bird that was named after the candy. Take a moment to process that. And what is the birds' expectation for Christmas time? Do they recognize that Thanksgiving is their first purging? And then Christmas is the aftershock, reaping all the sinners who escape God's initial wrath. And what is that punishment for escaping Thanksgiving? Being put in a turducken. Imagine how it would feel if you were turduckened alive, with a tinier human shoved inside you. That's what the Christmas elves are for. Earlier, we discussed the ludicrous Christmas tree star, but let's try to dissect the issue of the tree in its entirety. Did Jesus hate trees, and it's best for us to kill them and decorate their corpse in his name? Happy birthday! Fun fact, it was actually the Germans who created the Christmas tree tradition, and it was Martin Luther of the kingless variety that put the first candle on one. Good for you, Germany. I bet that's what you'll be known for. Tinsel is also another German contraption, originating in Nuremberg, a city that I can only presume will continue to be known only for Christmas, as tinsel is really little more than fur on a rope thrown around a tree. Did they try to capture trees by wrapping them in super long foxtails, and then they thought, we should decorate this more often? Or we have the idiot bulbs. I could just look up what German town made this and insert another subtle Vietnam War joke, but instead I'd like to just let you all hold the first image that comes to mind when you break down a giant ball on a tree. Now hold that image in your head. Hold it. Hold the ball. And when you open your eyes, you might see the tree covered in beautiful Christmas lights. Beautiful multicolored lights that we decide to throw on a flammable pyre as if we don't expect to burn on Christmas Day once more. Man, Christmas really is a fire hazard. Why do we risk so much for a day that isn't even Jesus' real birthday? Oh, did you think the little whitewashed babe was really born in December? That's once again a lie of capitalism. Because the reason why Christmas is celebrated when it is because the Pope didn't want to spend money on both the pagan winter solstice and the birth of Christ, so he moved the celebration to later in the year, all to save more money. You know, like a true Christian with taxes on his table. It's predicted that most likely Jesus was born in April, due to the story talking about some harvesting and farming around the time of his birth, something that usually happens in the summer. Another signal that had happened during a warmer climate was that the current plague went away, you know, like a miracle. It also explains the manger, which wouldn't normally be lying around open during wintertime. Also, who in their right mind let a pregnant woman give birth in a manger? I know they didn't have any rooms, but at least let the woman in the hallway or something, for Pete's sake. If you can't find them a hotel, you can at least give them a Marriott. That joke brought to you by Westin. Westin Hotel. We won't let a pregnant woman in here, but we'll shit on the other hotels that will. So his birthday is actually much closer to April Fool's Day, or Easter. And Easter is supposed to be the day he comes back after a few days dead. Still waiting on that, by the way. But that means that maybe Jesus was killed on his birthday. Oh, that's rude. I mean, the crucifixion isn't really the most nice thing, but did it have to be on his birthday? Come on, Romans, you're better than that. You did all the, water irrigation stuff. Be more like that, Rome. And as one more Jesus-less day ends, so too shall these videos. Was there a point of this? No. Did I make more anti-capitalist revolutionary statements than I expected? Yes. Did I make more than I needed to? Debatable. But all's well that ends well. And so too shall this Christmas in July story reach its close. But before I leave, always remember this rule, kids. If the tooth fairy pays you for your teeth, then she's technically an illegal bone marrow thief.